your boy, Cardinal Red, and you're watching Ali Land Boxing Talk. Now let's get it.
That's what they did tonight. They gave a trophy, a win, a huge win, to Horn, the local kid, for trying hard. You're not supposed to get it for trying hard. You're supposed to get it for winning. And I thought Pacquiao won the fight. If you go by the real rules, the Marcus of Queensberry rules, who lands the cleaner punches?
Look, that was just, I guess, my heart just kept me going. I was just like, yeah, he got me with a couple of good shots in that round, and I did go back probably more in that round than any other round in the fight, but I still felt good. Bit blurry in that right eye. I don't know if it was a head clash or it was a punch, but I came back in the 10th, 11th and 12th. Yeah, so he let me know that we lost that round and that Manny won that one, and the ref then came over and said, show me something or else I'm going to stop the fight. And we're like, hey, hold on, hold your horses, we're not that bad.
He actually asked me, do you want me to stop the fight at the end of the 9th round? But I said, no way. I said, I know Jeff, and no way. I knew that give him a minute, clear his head, he was good to go again.
The more I watch that interview with Jeff Horn and his coach, listening very closely, I heard them thinking of a game plan. The only way to beat Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, if you listen close, you can hear Jeff Horn and his coach discussing what the game plan really was. Roughing Pacquiao up seems to be the only way to beat him. Yet they had a twist that they threw in. Headbutts after headbutt after headbutt was delivered to Manny Pacquiao. If you listen close to Jeff Horn's coach, he says, I knew, just give Jeff a second. Let him clear his head. Obviously, they had planned this out for a while. Headbutt him, Jeff. Just keep headbutting him. As long as you can take it, give him another headbutt. It's the only way to stop him.
He's a dirty fighter. I can be a dirty fighter. But we don't want to go down. Let's keep it a clean fight. If the heads are allowed to clash, but I don't think it should. This is not headbutt competition. It's not a headbutt competition. So just let us have a fair fight, and I'm confident beating Jeff.
This is not the first time Jeff Horn has been accused of being a dirty fighter, using dirty tactics. Well, I guess you could just call them aggressive tactics if you're Jeff Horn. But to be honest, the amount of elbows, headbutts, and nearly body slams that the wrestler Jeff Horn applied to Manny Pacquiao during the battle in Brisbane, Australia, was simply ridiculous. For the referee to allow this to go on and on and on shows something was afoot during the Jeff Horn Manny Pacquiao fight. Let's take a closer look to what seems to be a conspiracy.
Jeff Horn is a very, very good fighter. He was an Olympian. He is very competitive. He's going to make Manny work, and who knows, there's a possibility he could even win this fight.
Who knows? You knew, Bob. There's a few things Bob Arum knew about this fight, about Jeff Horn and about Manny Pacquiao. One of those things was, if Manny Pacquiao was to win this fight, he would be the #1 contender for Terrence Crawford. He also knew Jeff Horn was a bum and a dirty fighter. He also knew that if somehow Jeff Horn was to beat Manny Pacquiao, that would eliminate him from any talks of a Terence Crawford fight. What Manny Pacquiao knew was the only fight left at Top Rank was the Terence Crawford fight. Yeah, Pacquiao knew. He knew that he needed to beat Jeff Horn to secure the Terence Crawford fight. Yeah, if you secure the Terence Crawford fight and win, Manny knew this is one way to lure Floyd Mayweather out of retirement. That was Manny Pacquiao's plan. On the other hand, Bob Arum did not want this to play out. Bob Arum actually didn't want a Manny Pacquiao versus Terence Crawford fight to happen at all. No, he knew that Manny Pacquiao, still at 40 years of age, can compete with Terence Crawford.
Well, I don't know. A lot of my matchmakers think that Manny is too much for him. One thing about Terence is that he is vulnerable to a good southpaw puncher. You know, he leaves himself open a little bit. So the question is, Manny, who's a terrific puncher, if he nails Crawford, what happens?
The question is not what would happen. It's more of what will happen. As we all got to see when Terence Crawford took on Benavidez. Terence Crawford is a good boxer, but not yet a great fighter. This is what Bob Arum knew. Knowing the insides of Terence Crawford's training and fighting style, Bob Arum knows Manny Pacquiao, being a southpaw, might be able to land that one-punch knockout that ends Terence Crawford's upward trajectory. So instead of having these two guys face off in what would have been a legendary fight, but a toss-up, he decided it's time to let Manny go. In what was supposed to be the passing of the torch that turned out to be the disaster of the year, as Manny Pacquiao took on Jeff Horn.
Then I'd rather see him fight Terence Crawford. So I'd rather see Pacquiao fight, somebody like Terence Crawford. I hate to say it because I love Cameron Duncan. I want him to do great, and we've done great together. But I still think Pacquiao wins. And everybody in the gym, Mikey, Brandon, my dad, Pita, they all think Crawford, but I think Pacquiao still takes it.
A lot of boxing fans, boxing enthusiasts, analysts, and just all around spectators of boxing seem to be afraid to admit it. At 40 years of age, Manny Pacquiao is a freak of nature. Most fighters that have went through those type of wars should have been broke down and left on the side of the road by now. Yet Manny Pacquiao seems to get younger after every fight. What keeps this guy going? What is the fuel that lights Manny Pacquiao's fire every time he enters the ring? This is an unknown aspect of the career of Manny Pacquiao. I don't think anyone will ever know what makes this guy tick. What makes this man so spectacular and able to withstand so much punishment at nearly 50 years old.
Japan here, Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo, Japan, here we go. Okay, I'm on. Oh! Gotta do this again, baby. What you gonna do? Easy work. Easy. Easy. You don't want it. Easy. You don't want it. Easy. You don't want it. Right here, baby. December, easy. coming back in December.
One thing comes to mind. Maypac 2. If you enjoyed this content, stay tuned for part 2. Hit the like and subscribe button. We outta here.